everybody, this is a review of the Doogee Mix. So this is the so-called bezel-less smartphone from Chinese phone maker Doogee. This is a very budget device. I think it could be purchased for about 200 US. So the reason I did the air quotes for the bezel-less is because even though they call it bezel-less, and in the product shots it makes it look like the screen goes completely edge to edge. Not quite. As you can see, the borders around the screens is still pretty visible. Now this is still very impressive, but you know, I have to call it what it is. This is not a true bezel-less phone like the Xiaomi Mi Mix, which Doogee actually was inspired by. Because if you put the two phones side by side, you see that the bezels on this, it's a lot slimmer than the bezels on this. I'll open a web page. Let's open up a photo actually, so we can get a better shot. Oh no, webpage is fine. So as you can see, it looks more, the screen looks like it goes more edge to edge on the Xiaomi than on the Doogee, but it's not all bad. So part of the reason the Doogee's bezel it's a little bigger, especially the top, it's because there's actually an earpiece right here. I don't know if you can see it right here. There's an earpiece right here and a proximity sensor. These two things were not in the Xiaomi Mi Mix. Xiaomi took them out to be able to get the bezel-less design, and in return had to settle for two other forms of technology to get the features across. So for example, when we make a phone call, it will vibrate the sound through the metal frames to your ear. It's not ideal. It's passable, but it's not ideal. And for proximity sensor, they shoot like a radar sonar up, which again, it's not the most reliable. So the fact that Doogee managed to keep the earpiece and the proximity sensor at the top while trimming bezels to this slim, that is very impressive. I mean, if you think about it, even the Samsung Galaxy S8, which is getting all these, you know, rightfully so great attention to the bezel-less, so-called slim bezels, the bezels on the Galaxy S8 is still larger than on the Doogee Mix. It's a little bit dim to see here. I apologize. I will try to work on getting better lighting for my videos. So, on the back of the device is two cameras. What it does is it's set up like similar to the iPhone 7 Plus, meaning there's one normal lens and then one telephoto 2x zoom. So if you ask me, I don't think the telephoto 2x zoom it looks that amazing. It looks the same as if I just use a normal phone and just, you know, pull to do the digital zoom. But that's not a fault of Doogee. I mean, I can say the same thing about the iPhone 7 or the Xiaomi Mi 6. So the camera on the Doogee Mix, it's okay. It's not the best camera, obviously, for a phone that's 180 bucks, but it's not terrible. So photos tend to come out pretty realistic, but details are a bit lacking. Like look at the flowers here. It just doesn't look that sharp. But considering the price point, this is it's a decent camera. Not amazing. So in the low light situation, it struggles. So this is inside a coffee shop, and then the photo's a little bit blurred out. So otherwise, the setup of this phone is you have a fingerprint reader right here. It's really fast, quite reliable, but they use soft buttons. So it's a bit weird to me to have this button down here that's not the home button, because I'm just used to pressing it when I'm on the phone. But you can set it so you can set it as a back button. So right now if I tap it, it goes back. Yeah, so not too bad. Oh, I forgot to mention earlier, since I compared this to the Xiaomi Mi Mix, this is a 5.5-inch screen, whereas on the Xiaomi Mi Mix is a 6.3-inch screen, and I actually prefer it to be 5.5. It fits in the hand a lot better. It's also a bit curvier on the sides than on the Xiaomi. Like the Xiaomi Mi Mix it's more boxy than the Doogee Mix. It feels quite good in the hand. So on the software front, this phone runs a pretty middle of the class MediaTek chip, but there's 6 gigs of RAM. So that means everything jumps pretty fast. Like look at me jumping back and forth between apps. Everything zips open quite well. I do have some touchscreen sensitivity issues every now and then, but I'm not sure if it's the screen protector. I think palm rejections on this is not that good because sometimes my palm, the fat part of my palm will touch it and then I'll have trouble reaching, like registering touches. But it's not terrible. It's obviously not as sharp as a Google Pixel. Software wise, it's very clean. It looks almost like stock Android. This one's Android 7.0 with a little bit of a custom touch by Doogee. So for example, they have this thing where if you swipe up, it brings up the digital buttons, I think. Oh, I might have turned it off, but it's a floating dock that pops up, and then from there, let me turn it back on really quick and I'll show you guys. Okay, I'm back. So it's called one hand float view. So you turn it on. So then what happens is if you swipe up, oh, why is it not working? Okay, so it brings up this thing. From here you can choose between toolbox, float view, or recent. So for recent, I don't know what is recent. I never mind. So for toolbox, obviously it's like a shortcut toggles. For float view, you can shortcuts to take a screenshot, lock the screen, or you can immediately float a video. So that's pretty cool. So you can play a video right here while you're using the phone. Although I do wonder, why do I need to bring up this menu just to activate this? There should be just a easier way to do it. But otherwise, I've been using this phone for a few days now. Battery life is quite good. There's 3,000 milliamp battery. It hasn't been enough to last me all day, entire day, from when I get up at like 10:30 a.m. to when I go to sleep at like 2 or 3 a.m. I'm a night owl, so battery life is good. That's because the screen is only 720p. I forgot to mention this, but it's not the sharpest screen. If you put it next to a phone that's 1080p, you will see the difference in text. Like text just doesn't come out as sharp, but it's not too bad. Again, this phone, the Doogee Mix is only $180, so I think for this price you can't really, complain, considering you're getting a really nice design. But look at the difference in text. It's just a lot more crisp on a 1080p device than on a 720. This is a 720p panel, so. But videos actually look quite good, and the speakers gets quite loud too. So let's watch Mad Max Fury Road, the best action film of 2015.
Hello everybody. Today I'm going to show you what happens.
Oh, I hate this ad so much.
See, this guy thought he could take me on.
So there's also two bottom firing speakers, which is better than some phones like Samsung Galaxy with only one. So that means it's harder to accidentally cover the speakers, So I'm covering one right now. Sound's still coming out quite good. I'm covering the other. So 720p video still looks quite good. So as you can see, the black bars around the screen it's quite noticeable. Look at how big it is here. Whereas on a true bezel-less phone, it would stretch edge to edge. A reader asked me earlier on YouTube if there's a notification light in the front. Unfortunately, there isn't. So you just have to rely on, and there isn't an always-on display or ambient of any sort. So you'll have to rely on turning on the phone to see notifications every time. So not ideal, not the best, obviously, but it's fine. It gets the job done. So is the Doogee Mix better than the Xiaomi Mi Mix? No, because the Xiaomi Mi Mix has a better screen and true bezel-less design, but the Doogee Mix is a lot more comfortable in the hand. Like the Xiaomi Mi Mix is just a bit too heavy for me to use on a day-to-day basis, but this, I feel like I can make this my daily driver. It's fast, it's not heavy, it's really small, it fits in the hand. I mean, so this is the Samsung Galaxy S8, which is like the most petite, sleek phone probably in the world right now. And the Doogee Mix, it's not that much bigger. If you put them side by side, the Samsung Galaxy S is actually a little bit taller, but the Doogee is a little bit wider. So that's not bad at all, considering this is a 5.5-inch phone and the screen is quite good for a 720p panel. Anyway, thank you for watching. I have a bunch of other phones I'm testing right now. I'm testing this Alcatel K10000 with a 10,000 milliamp battery. I have a Gioni S10 and I'm recording this with the Sony Xperia XZ Premium. So stay tuned for more reviews. If you want, please check out my Forbes website. I'll have the link in the video. Thanks for watching.